Okay, welcome to Second Chance Garage. This is Uncle Russ. That is my diesel heater control. Okay, here's the thing. I have it permanently mounted in my garage right there, that red box. Okay, if you permanently mount it in your garage, like I do, what they're not telling you is, it was 18 degrees out here the last time standing in front of the burning stove. It's putting out just a little bit of heat. What they're not telling you is, if that unit gets cold, nice, hold that down. If that unit gets cold, at 18 degrees, it took me 5 tries to get that thing to fire up. Okay, it is now. Let's see. Yeah, I got a 15 watt electric heater here. Got one over on the other side of the truck. Okay, it is. Phone will focus. All right, it's about 18 degrees now. But when I started this, without the electric heaters, and the wood burning stove wasn't working, wasn't warmed up yet, it's just barely putting out any heat now. She wants no part of starting. She wants no part of starting. If that unit gets cold, it ain't gonna start. And I'm running, there's the tank, and I'm running kerosene or diesel fuel with road diesel fuel. I live in central Illinois, so it's got anti-gel in it. Plus I put anti-gel that I put in my tractor in it, and it still will not start because that unit is too cold. I've tried about 15 times to get that thing to start, and it won't have no part of it. Now, see, van lifers can get by with using something like that because they're driving somewhere and they got it permanently mounted in the van. They got the heat on in the van driving there. Then when they get there, they can fire up the heater and it works great because that unit is mounted on the inside of the van. Same way with your campers. Right. So the truth about it is, they work great as long as you keep that warm. That's the messed up part that most people don't tell you. So the diesel heaters work great when they work, but you have to keep them mounted like in a van, even in like a camper. They'll work great in a camper too. But the thing you got to remember is, you got to keep that thing warm. So before you take off, say it's cold outside, before you take off to get that, to get it to work, you'd be better off to put an electric, like a 1500 watt or something, electric heater by it to get it warmed up. I even tried using a hair dryer and blowing air in the end of this to try to blow hot air through it to warm up the unit, but I didn't do it very long. But yeah, so it's trying to, now it's actually trying to put out a little bit of air. I don't know whether it's going to work or not. It may trip out. But yeah, so far what I've found is 18 degrees is your money. If you keep it, you get it 18 degrees, after a couple of tries it'll start. Anything under that, because it was like 12 degrees when I came out here without the electric heaters, I think it's going to trip out. but it is at least attempting to start now. But yeah. So that's the thing you need to remember when you're dealing with those things. You're dealing with these permanent mounted ones. Here's the fresh air intake running here. This is the exhaust running here. Yeah, this is my air output. Yeah, I think it's going to trip out. It started to put out a little bit of warm air. Now it's cold again, so I think it'll trip out and shut off. But at 18, 20 degrees, at least, I would say above freezing, it would start every time. But like I said, if you're going to mount it in a camper, mount it inside, and then of course, as long as you got some power, so you can put them, warm the inside of it up somehow, hair dryer or whatever, But in a van, it would work good, because you're driving it. And when you get there, it'll be warm, and then you can start it up. But anyway, this is about my 10th attempt, and of course, the wood-burning stove wasn't warm. And it's just now putting out heat. Then I brought out an electric heater I've got sitting right on top of this. I've got an electric heater sitting over there, and the wood-burning stove's finally starting to put out a little heat, which I need to check the stove. Yeah, looks like it's doing fairly good. So anyway, I'll have to add some wood to that here in a minute. But anyway, I thought I would tell you the truth. Yeah, see, it shut down again. It's not putting out any heat. So anyway, I thought I would at least shoot this video and tell you the truth about these things. Just keep it in mind. The other ones have portable tanks on them and stuff, so you can keep it warm inside your vehicle or whatever. And then, like, if you're going to put it in a tent or something and let it sit outside, and it's got a tank on top of it, it's warm. So it'll fire right up. You can just run the thing in there. It works great. Highly recommend them as long as you know what you're getting into. So, this is Second Chance Garage. The truth about diesel heaters. Second Chance Garage, Uncle Russ, out.